All right, you guys. Science Monday, May 18th, 5:43 to 5:49. A little bit of a reminder here. Get your work turned in on time. Um, with the science, we're going to do 7 pages on today, 7 on Wednesday, and 7 on Friday. The 7 on Friday is going to be the last assignment that is due to me. It's a review, so you're going to have to turn that one in. But watch the math video. But the science one, you're going to have to review and do. So get that done. So 5:43 to 5:49. Neat lesson. It's page 543. Okay. All right. Says lesson 4. How do organisms affect their environments? So all these organisms, we're an organism. How do we affect our environment? So check out this picture right here. See this right here? This is definitely a city. Could be New York, could be Chicago, but it's a city. And if you think about Tampa, Orlando, Miami, really big cities around us, um, they've got tall buildings. They've got a lot of people living that area. But I think about when I see this picture, I think about New York. I think about Chicago. They're the first ones that come to mind. I wonder what cities you guys think of, or your parents think of. So engage your brain, guys. Some of you are forgetting. You have to do the vocabulary here. So find the answer to the following question in this lesson, and then record it here. So you're going to read this, read the lesson, read this, read the lesson, and then come back and fill this in. How can planting a garden on a rooftop help the environment? How does this garden on top of this roof in this city, okay, because a city you're not going to find lots of parks and trees and things like that. And your vocabulary from it, come back and fill it in. So page 544, roles of plants. You're going to read about the plants, okay? Many animals depend on plants for food, but plants are helpful and harmful in other ways. You're going to read how they're helpful and harmful, okay? So read plants that have helpful effects, plants that can harm the environment, and now you're going to compare and contrast. List some ways that plants are helpful, list some ways that they are harmful. If you want to split it in half and do a helpful and harmful category, you can. But I need complete sentences and write them out, okay? All right. Page 546, the roles of animals. Roles of animals. Just like plants, animals are food for other animals. What other effects do animals have on their environment? So what do animals, how do they affect their environment? Okay? You're going to read about sheep and goats, and you're going to read about the bats eating insects and what that does. And you're going to read about how animals can change their environment, okay? And then down here, what would happen? So lions, hello lions, they are predators in Africa. They prey on zebras, gazelles, and other animals, right? Okay. Some of these animals are grazers. Suppose that there were no lions in Africa. What might happen to the population of other animals? What might happen to the environment? So we have questions. We've got questions all right in here. So what's going to happen? Okay, think about the circle of life. Think about the Lion King. Take away the lions. Take away the out of Africa. What's going to happen to the population of the other animals, and what might happen to the environment? And then the last 2 pages, okay, page 548, people can be harmful. Okay, now we're talking about us. How can we harm the environment? Did you know that what you do each day can affect the environment in different ways? So here's a vocabulary word. What do you see? Yeah, pollution. Let's look back. Any other vocabulary words popped up? No. So we got to dig a little bit further. So we got at least the word pollution. So you're going to read about um, how people can be harmful to the environment. And guys, we're very harmful to the environment. So we want to be careful with that. Look what happened down here with this oil. Look over here with the cars, the trucks, and the buses. Okay, and then over here on page 549, do the math. I want you to do this math, okay? Very easy. 1935, there were 27. Let's see, the table shows how the number of cars in the United States has changed over time. 1935, we're talking, oh gosh, 65, 85 years ago, there were 27 million cars. About 20 so years later, we had 65 million cars. Just 15 years ago, we counted, again, I'm saying they're doing a nice average here, 240 million cars. So the numbers are definitely what? Increasing, crazy amounts. But what I want you to do is, can you see it? Let me make sure you can see it. Okay. Between 1935 and 1956, all right, the number of cars increased by how much? Between 1956 and 2005, the number of cars increased by how much? And then number three, how might the increase in cars affect the environment? What can the cars do to the environment? Let's reread and get back into the chapter. All right, so you're knocking out science page 543 to 549. Knock that out. It's due tomorrow by 3 o'clock. Take it easy, guys.